Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Gotta leave you saying hello as well. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and we are back in the Palace of the Swan in Dol Amroth after one of the greatest twists in LOTRO's recent history. We're ready to continue. I'm trying to think, because Durin's reveal at the end of the Legacy of Durin was great, and well, the end of the Black Book of Mordor was amazing with Tarantil and Isildur and Gothmog. But this sort of out of the blue revelation that nobody was expecting, the closest I think is Gothmog's reveal in Volume 4 in Osgiliath, because yeah, you had clues for the end of the Black Book of Mordor, you had clues for the end of the Legacy of Durin. This came entirely out of nowhere, and yet it was totally justified, and it was right there in front of our faces. It's just that we didn't see it. Amazing once again, and the only thing that comes close to it in recent history is Gothmog's reveal, if you ask me. Oh my god.
These are truly days of wonder.
I have seen many surprising things in my life, Beriathan, but never did I expect such figures as these to step from the midst of legend into my hall. These are truly days of wonder. Yeah, you don't say. I mean, let me tell you about it. I have some matters to discuss with King Elessar, but I am pleased you accompanied him to Dol Amroth. I have heard your name recently, and I need you to deal with something personally. Sure, let me know.
Just a few days ago, the City Watch apprehended a man lurking outside the city.
He was dressed as one of the Corsairs of Umbar and made no apology for it, but when he named you as a friend, the watch was forced to let him go. I might have commanded otherwise, but the guards had to make a decision, and they made it, holding prisoner a friend of the hero Beriathan. They did not wish to make a mistake such as that. I have had them keep a wary eye on this man ever since, just to ensure he causes no disturbance in Dol Amroth, but perhaps it would be best if you speak to him and learn his intentions here. Find Beriathan, the leader of the watch, and ask him for the latest report on these Jajaxes' whereabouts and behavior. Beriathan will be southeast of the Palace of the Swan, at the bottom of the steps. Oh my god. Right out of one amazing reveal to the other, Jajax is back. I didn't expect to find him so early. I was expecting him to show up in the Shield Isles, maybe. Not Dol Amroth, because last time we saw each other, it was in Lebanon. Was it in Lebanon? Yeah. So what is he up to now? He was forced to let him go. They didn't want to keep him prisoner. But if he is not prisoner, well, he's lurking outside the city. Okay. And on top of that, Beriathan is the one that has all the information. And you would remember the last time we came to Dol Amroth too, and we found Beriathan. I consider the possibility of him being related to Beriathan somehow, and to Beriathan, of course, like having a common ancestor or something. So it's really exciting that we will get to talk to him again. Yeah, let us go.
While you are here in the city, I would ask of you some assistance with a rather delicate matter.
You see, when I was at the king's wedding this past summer, I happened to hear a tale of the Rohan Lord, Eomer. This naturally made me quite curious about the Rohirrim. I wonder if you might do me the favor of speaking with Nosset and Naramil in the library of Safatzir. Is that how it's pronounced? I hope so. Ask them to show you anything that might be relevant about Rohan and its leaders. Do not tell them that it is I who asks. We do not need to start tongues wagging for no reason. And here we have finally also another thread from the books showing up. Lothiriel and Eomer's eventual wedding.
Though my father has returned to the governance of Dol Amroth, I am still much involved in seeing to the city's many duties and tasks.
One of those tasks is receiving daily reports from our swan knights who patrol the countryside. A recent report on the state of Hashadir has given me cause for concern. I ask that you speak with Captain Avartarik about what they found there. I think you could be of help. You will find Avartarik near the Swan Knight's Keep. Probably seeing to the training of their fellow soldiers. Sure thing. So we go right from Nimrodil's reveal to Jajax's return. Oh my god. The expansion is really starting to pick up now. I hope they can keep up the pace, because it's really getting exciting now. Getting really excited now. More than I've been in the entirety of King's Gondor, maybe?
You've just missed the report from one of my guards concerning this man.
If you hurry, you might catch up to the pair of them. Look for Tholion to the east and beyond the market stalls where he said that this Jajax lingered. Yeah, it's not even the first time Jajax has been seen in Dol Amroth. Last time we met him here, he tried to disguise himself very poorly, I might add, as a Gondorian, because he was asking for our help to go to Avadek's watch. Everything is coming together. Nightemil and Nusset. I don't remember where any of them are. And the fact that this library has 2 floors doesn't make things any easier. Well, here we go.
Greetings. You come seeking books on Rohan's lords and ladies?
We have few, if any, I'm afraid. What you find may be recorded in conversations about treaties and trade between our 2 countries. You will find them upstairs in the section on Affairs of State, southern portion of the building. Yeah, last time we were in here, on Lothiriel's behalf as well, we were asking about the King's strife. And now we're asking about the Kings of Rohan.
Good day to you. You wish to learn about the geography and history of Rohan?
We have few books that will tell you tales of those fields of green, as theirs is an oral history. Were you to find anything, it would be on the 2nd floor, southern end of the building. Sure. There we go. On books on Rohan. What else? Talk to Lothiriel now. Okay. Well, I think we'll need to come back to the keep after we learn more about Jajax. So we're gonna wait a little bit longer and let me check on Jajax. I really want to see Jajax and see how he's doing. Why hasn't he come back home? And how can we be of help? Of course, that's what friends do. The guard looks around sheepishly.
He was right here. I don't know how he gave me the slip.
What if you check in the courtyard to the north? Perhaps Lindor saw which way he went? Captain Beriathan is not going to be happy about this. Oh, this is so Jajax. So like Jajax. There is no sign of Jajax here either.
I am at a loss.
We watched this fellow from a goodly distance for the better part of 3 hours, and he made no suspicious movements or gave any sign that he knew he was observed. And then in a snap he just vanished. Are we certain he is a reformed Corsair and not some irksome water spirit instead? Knowing what you know of Jajax, you hesitate to describe him as reformed. Instead, you commiserate with Lindor about having lost him. Aye, it is to be hoped Captain Beriathan will not be too cross up with us. I will go to him now with the hope, no, the certainty, that we will find this Jajax again before he causes any serious trouble. On the edge of hearing, you catch a brief goal call from the street to the east. Straight to the east. Jajax, you got me here. No? Not this one? Stop playing game, Jajax. Come out of hiding. The strange cold call came from somewhere hereabout. The Corsair Jajax steps from the shadows, grinning widely. Those guards are fortunate I chose to do no more than merely embarrass them. I could have slain them very easily if I wanted, but you are a friend, so they can live for today. I think you believed our paths would never cross again, Beriathan. It seems you have the pleasure of entering my story at least once more. And you mine. Much has happened to me since I saw you last. Do you want to hear of my adventures? Of course, I want to hear about your adventures, Jajax. Yeah, where's Daxamat as well? Last time I met you, you were with your brother. Did he go back to Umbar? Why didn't you come back? Not that I want you to come back, I mean, not that I'm mad. My brother Daxamat and I believe we were done with Gondor when we bid you farewell, Beriathan. I thought we would return bravely home to Umbar, and after finding a new ship and a new crew, we would set sail once again in search of treasure. It was a fine plan, but, well, that is the story, is it not? Oh, you're gonna give me a glimpse of Umbar? I don't think so.
My brother Dax and I returned at last to Umbar Barhalbel, the city of sails.
Oh, a glimpse of Umbar before we... Oh, this second time we get in Daxamat's skin. And, oh, great. For all of us who wanted to check Umbar but are still going through Gondor and everything. Oh. It is good to be home. The sea breeze welcomes us back to Umbar. My name may be spoken of all across the world already, but it will mean a little more to hear it spoken in the streets of our city. No doubt my exploits will earn us a tankard or two of ale in the Crab and Cutlass or in the Timid Tavern. You were always partial to the hungry deep, weren't you, Dax? But we have work to do. The drinking will have to wait, but just a little while. Wait for me, brother. We will not stay long, my brother. I need a proper ship and a bigger crew. Where should we seek for these things? Are there more guards than you remember? This way, Dax. The Havens of Umbar Harville. The Timid Tavern. Oh my god. One of 21, of course I was expecting this. This city is huge by the looks of it. Oh, boy, is this exciting. Something about the city is different, Dax. Do you feel it too? There are too many guards here. The Haradrim of Ordax seem to be gone, but in their place the guardsmen appear more vigilant. What has happened to my city of sails? I do not like this. Someone must answer for it, and they will answer to Jajax. I'm going to sniff around and see what happened while we were gone. Wait for me here, and cause no trouble. I see what's happening here. And yet he is my brother, so trouble he caused. Trouble found him. Yeah, sure. Daxamat is the brother of the Corsair Jajax. It is you. What are you doing here? Now, before we talk to this guy, first, where's the entrance to the tavern? Is this one? Is this one? Which one exactly? I'm not sure. We'll get a chance of coming back here. I don't think the quest is gonna have us explore the city so early, but we'll see. Now, something else you might have noticed is that my bars 1 and 2 have switched places. So this actually let us understand how the LOTRO team is pulling this trick of having us become Daxamat without the need of a session play and allowing us to keep all of our skills. And Daxamat is working as a sort of skin changing transformation like Bjornings get. And since we have not unchecked on Beriathan settings that to disable bar swapping, every time we transform into Daxamat, like it happens to Bjornings transforming into bears, these two bars swap positions. Dax, I haven't seen you in an age. I thought you perished in the war, but you must have escaped that fate somehow. I take it some portion of your brother's good fortune must have transferred to you. We could have used some of that here. Were you in the battle? I heard the Corsairs who followed Balahor were slain by an army of dead men, and that they were led by the hated warrior Thorangil who despised the Umbar so much he returned to life that he may slay even more. But that cannot be so. Still, there have been strange occurrences here in recent days, ever since the great earthquake that collapsed the temple of the Old Seeing. People say he is dead, if such a thing is possible, but the Empire of Ordak did not stand long against the uprising, and when the fighting ended, the Kindred of the Coins announced that neither Sauron nor Ordak would rule again in Umbar. The Kindred claim they have ushered in a new age, but for people like you and me, Dusk, and like your brother, I do not know if they mean it. The Gauls are full of thieves and Corsairs like. No opponent of the Kindred lives long after voicing it. If they learn that you sail with any Heir of Castamir... This is not a good day for you to be here, Dax. The Kindred? Who speaks of the Kindred of the Coins? Who's talking there? Oh, Baltic! I can only bear so much praise in one day, my friend. I like you already, but I prefer it to complaining. The city is grateful to you and all the Kindred called Elessar. It is we who are grateful to your folk. The uprising began here in the lower ward of the city. The Heirs of Castamir could not have been defeated by only 7 people after all. Such things need bodies. Who is your friend there? What is your name, Daxamat? Coltec nods idly, but behind his eyes you sense that he is paying very close attention to your face and filing away your name for later consideration. Some there are who lead, and some there are who follow. Even the Kindred of the Coins is subject to this rule, my new friend. Azagath, the Sea Shadow, prides himself on leading. He does so with aplomb. Rathak the Storm carries out the wishes of those who give the commands, and they are made stronger with every swing of his mighty fists and every bite of his sharp teeth. As the Heirs of Castamir who attended the half-troll's last bout before the Seastone mutiny about those did. Baltic brains. A private joke, Daxamat. Yeah, that's why I wasn't getting it, it seems. But heed these words, for they are also true. The wisest of all is he who knows when to lead and when to follow. The wisest is he who knows when to speak and when to listen. Which are you, my new friend, and who do you follow? The Heirs of Castamir, or perhaps the Church of the Old Seeing? This city has many foes, and sometimes they require some rooting out. The uprising in Umbar was thorough, but Azagath has mused aloud that he sometimes wondered if it was thorough enough. You were not here when this occurred. Did I ask you where lie your loyalties? take, you villain. To Muldo and everything. Where are the supplies you promised my husband? I can't see my love. The things I promised to you have already been loaded onto your ship. I have my own voyage to make, and it is longer than yours. You have to go, Dax, before Koltek remembers you are here. Quietly, through the northern exit. Jajax has arrived at the run. Dax, this place is no longer safe for us. This Kindred of the Coins intends to imprison or put to death any freebooter and pirate that does not sail in support of them. There's no time. We have to leave the city quickly. Back to the ship. Hurry, Dax. Hurry. Well, we weren't far from the ship, at least. It was our work alone that allowed us
to escape. But if good fortune permitted it, ill fortune was soon to follow.
A sudden storm rose up and swamped the boat, and when at last I came to shore, it was back to Gondor I had been delivered. Of Dusks, there was no sign. I am certain my brother lives, for he has survived much worse than that. Sturdy crab that he is. You tell Jajax that Prince Imrahil and King Elessar should be told of the situation he encountered in Umbar, and the Corsair tilts his head, weighing your suggestion against the potential for reward. It is good to be owed favors and coined by kings and princes, Beriathan. I accept your offer. I have not been the guest of a royal court such as this before. Well, not an invited one, anyway. So, okay, we need to go back to the King and Prince. We'll do so. Eventually, we need to complete some more quests. But the story is indeed picking up, and it seems it will be able to keep up the pace at least for a little bit longer. This all in Dol Amroth has been amazing.
Greetings. You say the Lady Lothian visit you. I'm not sure if this means she trusts you or she wishes to punish you.
The knight chuckled slightly to themselves. Oh, it's nothing so bad. It just might not be the most enjoyable of tasks. You see, we were successful in driving the invading Corsairs out of Hashadir, but while they fled, they left behind a most undesirable surprise. Rats. Rats of the most unusual size, even. Who knew rats could grow so large? In any case, our tasks here in Dol Amroth have kept us from cleaning them out, but if you are willing to do so, there is a reward.
You battled against drakes. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised, given the stories I've heard of you.
Still, that is impressive. I had begun hearing reports of their presence, but had yet to determine how to handle them. Well, thank you for making my life that much easier.
Southeast of the city of Dol Amroth are the ruins of Amna.
With the war being over, merchants have begun to travel freely among the road that passes by them once more. However, it seems that the quieter days have led to a clutch of worms moving into the ruins. If you are heading that way, take care. If you're inclined to lessen their numbers, even better. As Tamondal, we had already... yeah. That's what I thought.
Excuse me, I couldn't help but hear that you're going to Heirs.
Oh, pardon me, where are my manners? I'm Nella Gwyn, but you can call me Nella, and I really need your help. The thing is, I went wandering down to Hashadir a few days ago without knowing that it'd been infested with rats. I was horribly surprised when a group of them swarmed me, a terrifying wave of fur and fleas, and I lost my footing. In doing so, I also seem to have dropped the waystone that I was using to navigate my way around. The waystone belonged to my a very long ago ancestor, and it's been passed down in my family for generations. I came here to ask for help getting it back, but as soon as the word rats was mentioned, everyone turned their backs on me. Please, I beg you, if you are going to Hashadir, can you look for my waystone? I need to return it to its safe box before Mother finds out that it's missing. Yeah, sure. Don't mention it. Somehow, the city feels smaller this time around. It seems we cannot enter this one night skip. Oh no, we can. It's just that it's taking its time to load. I don't expect to find anything important there, but you never know. In the meantime, let me double check. Yeah, no, in Gondor. Explorer of Belfalas. Hashodir and Avidex watch. We're gonna do that really soon. Amonlantir, Edelon, Dol Amroth, Macamijan, Nendath, Oslantir, Ostamondal, Tadrin. Yeah. Seems we're about to be done with Belfalas renewed even. And hopefully we will be taken to the Blackroot Vale. And after that we need to go to Outer Gondor. God, it's gonna be so long before we even get to the Shield Isles and Umbar. Really get why people are upset. So many quests in the expansion, such a big part of it takes place in Gondor, places that we have already seen, especially now that we have gotten this brief glimpse of Umbar. I'm so eager to get there, and we still are so many miles away from it. But I'm sure the game will still keep itself enjoyable. The story, it's picking up the pace, and that cannot wait. Really cannot wait. Anticipation is building up. Hype and everything. I mean, oh god. For the time being, it seems we gotta go back to Imrahil and Citadel, bring them the news, and God knows what'll happen next. Let me check some of the rewards we have gotten even. This bracelet, okay, vitality. Parry rating, agility, might, will, maybe not good enough. And what about this one? Heal bonus for conviction, maybe. What about the ancient script? Yeah, I'm at cap. I cannot destroy this even if I wanted to. Captain Imrahil and Jajax. Awesome.
I said to keep an eye on him, not to bring him to my court.
Why should I trust these things he says of Umbar or of the Kindred of the Coins? How do we know he's not one of them? Why should I trust one of the Corsairs who so traveled our coast during the war and who continues to do so even now? Have you taken leave of your senses? Not really. I trust Jajax is a good friend.
Evil tidings have come to Dol Amroth from the coastline of Anfalas.
Tidings that harden my heart against such men as this Jajax, but you need not hear of them from me. Speak instead to Captain Imrahil, for he left Outer Gondor just days ago, on foot and without ship. Tell Beriathan why this was your manner of travel, Captain.
If you command me to speak, my prince, I will, but the pain is fresh.
And the losses I suffered there will haunt me to the end of my days. I came afoot because my ship, the Alfraval, was burnt off the coast of Anfalas by Corsairs of Umbar just days ago. Some of my crew survived and made the journey back to Dol Amroth overland with me, but too many good sailors died to fire and water and Corsair blade. I demand to know why you now host in this place one of these monsters who set up my ship aflame. Jajax snorts, a rude sound that echoes in the hole.
You could tell this weighty old sailor that I was not involved with the burning of his precious ship.
And my proof is that he still lives. If I had been there, he and his crew would have been spared. Jajax grins. Aye, they would have been spared the walk back to this city. Tell him this too. I did not burn his ship, but if he gets another, he would be wise to steer it far from Jajax in the future. Please, Jajax, you are not helping yourself. Prince Imrahil calls for everyone to be quiet.
Silence! I will allow no fighting in the Palace of the Swan.
King Elessar, these sightings of Anfalas make it clear to me that you should make a change in the plan we discussed. If the Corsairs of Umbar remain active along the coast of Langstrand, it is too dangerous for you to continue that way. Instead, you should make preparations to return to Minas Tirith. I will allocate a number of Swan Knights to attend you on the journey if you so desire. It's not gonna happen, right?
I value your words, Prince Imrahil. I cannot heed the warning they contain.
The suffering of Anfalas makes it a more necessary destination for me, not a lesser one. I will see the state of things in Outer Gondor with my own eyes, and I will aid the people there as best I can, despite the danger, or perhaps because of it. Jajax turns to leave, and Prince Imrahil calls for him to halt.
The prince wants to know where I am going. That is my own concern.
Being his guest has already grown tiresome. Farewell, Beriathan. Perhaps I will see you again, perhaps not. Oh boy.
Watch that one carefully if your paths cross again.
He may not have been responsible for the burning of the LOTRO Vale, Beriathan, but I think it need not matter. How many good men do you think he has slain during his life as a Corsair? Whether he fights on behalf of the Heirs of Castamir or the Kindred of the Coins or for himself, does it really matter to the men whose lives he takes or whose ships he burns? Watch that one carefully if your paths cross again.
If I cannot convince the king not to travel to Anfalas while it remains threatened.
But while it remains threatened by courses of unknown loyalties, my king, I beg that you will consider delaying long enough to prepare for the journey. The storehouses and armories of Dol Amroth are yours to make use of as you will. Take the time to prepare, for I will not have it. Said that I sent you on the other fiefs without adequate supplies or warning.
I understand Prince Imrahil's concerns. Let this, then, be the compromise.
I will remain for a few days' time in Dol Amroth, preparing to travel to Anfalas, but some of the company will instead journey north to the Blackroot Vale. The people there, and their lord Duin here, lost much in the defense of Gondor. After the folk of the Vale have had some of their needs met and their concerns heard, this smaller group will rejoin the larger traveling party outside Anfalas, and we will together visit the Langstrand. You will go to the Blackroot Vale, Beriathan. With you I sent Legolas, Gimli, and my scribe Caebar. There are two roads by which you may reach the Vale, but I leave to you the choice of which to take. The shorter but more dangerous road through Tarlang's Crown, or the longer but safer road through Lamedon to the east, through Calenville, Lothgavel, and Dinadav. Whichever road you choose, your destination will be easily seen from afar. The Hill of Edek towers above the Blackroot Vale. Awesome! In Lamedon and Blackroot Vale, travel to Calenville. I want to go through Tarlang's Crown is the shortest route as Aragorn said, and I think I'm well prepared for it, and I'll take another character through Lamedon instead and see if there is any difference. Doesn't seem there will be, but you never know. And I'm so glad to hear that we will be going with Legolas and Gimli once again. Our company is reformed, it seems, and our journeys are resumed, and we are joined by Caebar on top of that.
It appears you managed to find me some books.
Thank you. I look forward to reading them as time allows.
I admit that my curiosity has been piqued, and I wonder if you would do me the favor of seeking out more tales about Lord Eomer.
There is no real reason, of course, aside from my curiosity and love for stories of the heroes of our time. A slight flush creeps into her cheeks as she smiles at some private thought. Here, take this coin and use it to entice the bards of Harper's Court for stories of the Rohirrim. Tell no one that it is I who ask, please. I can trust you with this, Beriathan, right? Sure, don't mention it. So, as expected, we now are going to the Blackroot Vale, but before we go there, we still have a couple things to do in Belfalas. We gotta go to Hashadir and to Avadek's Watch. And, well, a couple things left in the city as well. So it seems we have at least 1 or 2 episodes left in here before we move north. That sounds great. Ah, we also gotta go back to the ruins. Defeat the worms. Amondal. That's where we need to go. Reduced awareness. Not surprised. Lag these past few days has been atrocious. Like this. And even worse. Please let me go. Oh, come on. On the other hand, I cannot believe I'm just level 143. Considering we have been playing through the expansion for what, 10 episodes now and just getting to level 143, and that is with rest XP. If for whatever reason I weren't a VIP or I had been playing more consistently, I wouldn't have access to the rest XP that I have now. I would be approaching the end of level 32 at 142 instead.
See such happy days as these.
Another fellow adventurer using the old Morse armor that, as of the time of recording, is no longer available. Hopefully this will be brought back. Made a post on the forums asking about why this armor was removed. So if you wouldn't mind, go there to the forums, make some ruckus, and hopefully we'll get some answers and the restoration.
We must not let our vigilance lapse.
Of those cosmetics. I really want to get them back. I mean, I have them already on Beriathan, but not being able to get them on other characters or other servers even, it's painful. So hopefully they'll bring them back at some point. A Song of Rohan, I know just the one. A ballad of how Eomer lent horses to the future king and his fellowship during a time of need. Yeah, I know that one. Oh, more quests! The Bard sings a dark song of Eomer being imprisoned at the behest of Grima Wormtongue. It all began on a day with the sun vanished from the sky, not this one.
Well met. I am... oh, pardon me. Do pardon me.
I am not ill, merely suffering from having walked here by way of the stables. You see, horses make me incredibly ill, and Dol Amroth has them stuffed into every nook and cranny. The bard's words are interrupted by a procession of sneezes. He blows his nose noisily and smiles at you with watery eyes. I am Fingair, minstrel extraordinaire, and it is my calling to write about the great and glorious battles in which our brave swan knights partook. However, it is also my curse not to be able to get close enough to them without setting myself sneezing for days. Say, if you were to make your way to the keep of the Swan Knights and listen to their tales for me, I would reward you for your time. What do you say? Okay, so we do need to go to the keep. Will do. The bard sings a rousing song about an Eored galloping horses across the fields of Rohan. You hear a tale of Eomer's bravery upon many battlefields. A note of how the love between Eomer and his sister Eowyn called the lady back to life as she lay in the houses of healing. Okay, that was it. Seems we will not be leaving Dol Amroth today after all, but that's okay. I'm also wishing to replay through the early portions of Volume 4 and double check every single thing that Dorthanet said and see how many clues of her true identity were in there. If I stop to think about it again, I'm gonna be blown away once again, so let's focus on the quests that we have now. Also really good to meet Captain Myral again. Sad to hear the LOTRO Vale was burnt, but we'll see what we can do about that.
You return! Tell me, did you hear much of Eomer?
You recount the various songs, tales and deeds you heard. So he is brave, kind, and loves his family fiercely enough to call back his sister from death's doorstep. He has known battle and betrayal, but also friendship. He is akin to one of our swan knights and also noble of spirit. He did not flinch when called upon to aid the king and his companions, even when not knowing who they were. Thank you, Beriathan. You have given me much on which to think. And it seems at some point in the future we'll return rather to our role as matchmaker. Really exciting to see this romance, this betrothal, wedding, whatever, come into place as well. Because, well, this also has been building up since Lothiriel was introduced on update 14 as well, but at least that one we knew it was coming, thanks to the appendices. Dorthanet/Imrahil's reveal, on the other hand, wow, just wow. Warden training in here, I don't think we'll find anything
Our lands
important.
were once peaceful, but it is now dangerous to travel far from home. The soldiers of Gondor have all gone to war, and we are left to fend for ourselves.
Oh,
have
I
you
can
heard the
get
rumors of enemies pressing in from all sides?
some shield spikes, why not? Artisan fire oil recipe, maybe. Yeah, my inventory is full as I thought. Light oil. Maybe. I mean, oils on Warden are really not that impressive anyway. Master Shield Spike, light oil. Okay, yeah, whatever. Let's grab this too just in case. This bow. We... Just 30 silver, really? Then be done with it. I mean, it has a cool cosmetic. I cannot do that? Why not? It's bound? Ah, because I have another window open? Hopefully. Okay, yeah, I already had some recipes. Awesome. So, in that case, let me sell the bow. Well, these scraps of silver and this bow as well. Yeah, thank you. I really don't need it. Let's go to the keep then and see what we find. We would be sent here.
Songs cannot but hope to encapsulate the glory, the terror, the rush of steel upon steel, and the fear of the flesh in the presence of it all.
There were orcs and feral men, flashes of blood and metal and fur, fighting by tooth and fang and claw. It was a thing I shall never forget, and from which my dreams will never be safe.
war. For a bard? I do not really remember it truly. I think I do not want to.
It comes in flashes to me in dreams, the noise of it. There is always a lot of noise. Like captain yelling, the snarls of the enemy, the sounds of metal on metal, or worse, on skin. The cries of the wounded, the horse propelling us forward, beacons of hope when it seemed all was lost. I do not wish to remember, but I fear I will never forget. I am just glad that we have won. My only hope is that none may ever need to experience such things again. Perhaps because I and others met that bloody host on the field, our children will know peace. Perhaps none other will again have to carry these memories. Yeah, once again, I'm really glad that the LOTRO team is touching this sort of post-war trauma. I mean, it's not the most elaborate of stories or character development yet, at least. But just the fact that it's here adds so much to the world.
I wish I could tell you I was a hero and did great deeds, but in truth, I was sick with fever and never made it out of camp.
You will not find tales of glory from me, I'm afraid. Yeah, that happens every once in a while.
How may I help you, friend?
You wish to know of the battlefield? I have much to say, of course. Why, I myself was responsible for bringing down 6 orcs. One after the other, they fell at my hand. I was even lucky enough to find myself back to back with Prince Imrahil at one point. We were set upon by a pack of vicious warriors, but they had nothing on my lord. You should have seen the way he swung his sword, like it weighs nothing at all. His foes fell in great numbers before him, piled around us in droves. Glad am I that I was able to serve and save these lads, my prince and our king. Yeah, and we get like every side of it. The one that was thrilled by it, and the trauma, the glorious battle, the sick one, even.
Stories of the battlefield, you say? It was important. We did not really have a choice, did we?
She is quiet for some time. It was go to war or die, or go to war and die, as many of my friends, my family did. But we could not just wait for them to take our country and our lands, to kill and slaughter as they washed over us like a dark wave. It was important that I went, that we went. I just wish more of us had come back, but it was important. Oh my god, this one also hits hard, because she's true on both accounts. Yeah, I'm not sure how the bard will make use of any of this, because how can anyone make use of things like this? Maybe. But these kind of things usually turn out to be a glorification of the war and the bravery, but omit every single thing. Everything else. Let's return to Fingar, and I think afterwards we'll call it a day. Beacon and milestone on Dol Amroth we don't need, because you will remember we got the master a few episodes ago, so we're covered in that regard. We really don't need a milestone here.
Welcome back. Do you have any tales for me to write about?
You pass along the stories you heard from the Swan Knights. The bard's face grows pensive as you speak. It seems that along with glory there is also much darkness in war. Too often our song sings only of the honor to be won, the renown one might gain. You have given me much to think about, Beriathan. I shall endeavor to write a song that encapsulates both the glory and the horrors of war, lest we are urged to go too soon to battle when other ways may suffice. Do not get me wrong, for at night we're fighting for the very world itself, but it is good to know of and to share both sides of this coin. You have my thanks for bringing me these tales. Just what I was saying. Awesome, glad to hear that you will be doing that, because it is really needed. Okay, now back in the stables. Seems like a good a place as any to end this episode. Well, at the door, rather. On the next one, we'll need to go to Hashadir and to Avadek's Watch and see what there is to be found there, but that will be the next one. For the time being, though, thank you so much for watching today's episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.